Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see from the title, The Real Me Starts. This video is not about any blog, but it's more of a reset, and with this moment, I'll tell you why. So for the past year, I haven't really been consistent with uploading, since part of it was because I was too lazy of editing, or was because I just didn't really had any motivation at all. But honestly, I was also just lost lately because I've been going through a lot of self-reflection, and I'm also trying to figure out like who I am and where my life is being headed now. I also had to like freaking write this up because I couldn't really think of another way to explain it properly without stuttering, so don't mind me. Earlier this year I've turned 18, around like February this year, of course. Um and being 18, you're a young adult now. And being a young adult made me realize how uncertain life can feel. Like, I just like me let's just say I see people making it through life and they know where they're headed despite being so young. But me, I am still unsure of where I am going to go. Like, I don't know where to go at all, and I feel so lost right now. I just don't know where to start. The reason why I'm making this video isn't to seek for attention, validation, or something for entertainment, and I do not intend of doing those, but nor to seek any pity or something. I'm making this video because I want to commit into following my dreams, just becoming a content creator. I love being on camera. I'm not usually a camera shy type of person. Since when I was younger, I really love being taken a video of, or a picture or something. This isn't also about the money for what's to come. It's about This video is something I wanted to talk about, something where it's about finding my motivation that would help me grow throughout my journey of growing, and to also improve myself as a person and to step out of my comfort zone. And most importantly, that I want to highlight in this video is I want to stop performing. You might wonder, what do I mean by performing? Let me enumerate that. Think about like actors in a play. They like take a certain role and they have to act as someone they're not. Well, that's what I've been experiencing through these years and through my life lately. Acting someone that I'm not, like being two-faced, you know? I felt like I couldn't fully be myself because I was like afraid of being judged or seen as weird. Sometimes it feels like, people hide parts of themselves just to fit in. And that's what I've actually been doing for the past 3 years after my homeschool era has ended. For those who don't know, I was homeschooled for 4.5 years. After grade 3, I spent so much of my life inside my comfort zone that when I returned to face-to-face environment in 2023, everything was just so new to me. Adjusting wasn't easy. I struggled to understand how people my age think, how social situations worked, and where do I fit in. During those years, I made mistakes. I've got myself into misunderstandings and dealt with social bullying. It made me extremely conscious and afraid of showing myself after that. By grade 10, I started toning myself down and I became more careful of what I said and how I acted because I was afraid of making any mistakes. So every day I was on thin ice with everything. Being on ice or being on edge every day and overthinking just crumpled me into being less of myself than how I am supposedly. Like, have you ever felt like you con constantly have to watch everything you say or do most of the time, even with your trusted friends? You have to like act a certain way because you don't want to make any mistakes and you're afraid of doing it again and again or so. Well, I felt that like every day in 2 years of my junior high school and my old school. I'm not a perfectionist. I've made mistakes and of course I'm still learning. But I'm also not some but I'm also not the person that people perceive me as, you know. I was just a simple teenager like everybody else who's trying to get with life and trying to learn everything and trying to like get with kids my age, like socializing. Transitioning, this is what mostly people don't understand when some kid was homeschooled, is that the transition from being homeschooled to a traditional school, especially if it was like 4 or 5 years or half of the 4 years of it, it was not easy. Okay, it's always a misconception of, oh, homeschool kids are like having their best lives, just staying at home, having their own time, doing everything, just doing self study, don't need to wake up early and everything, this and that. No, being homeschooled is more like isolating yourself from the box, not because that you're home school, but the fact that you don't know what's going on outside. I've learned that the hard way when I transitioned from being homeschooled to face to face. You're stuck in your comfort zone wondering, what is it like to have this certain group of people? What does it feel like when you're put into this situation? You're clueless because not everything is learned by the book. Everything has to be like, you have to actually experience it before learning from it, you know? Not because it's book written, but you actually have to feel it there. For someone who has spent their years living in the comfort zone, in their own comfort zone, you can't expect them to know everything. But looking back, I've actually experienced, or but looking back now, I realized something very important. It's time to stop performing. I can't control what people think about me, but honestly, I don't want to spend my life trying to. This journey from being a people pleaser to someone who knows their own self worth is not gonna be easy. But, growing is also never easy, or never was easy. So, from this moment forward, I'm making a promise to myself where I want to become the best version of myself, not for other people, but for me. I want to share my experiences, memories, lessons, and adventures because I enjoy it. I don't do this for entertainment, but for making memories. I want to create a content that reflects who I am as me, as a person, and instead of what people want me or think people want me to be. Just do it. Because, we only live once, so might as well start somewhere and just do it. So, to end this video, let me properly introduce myself. Hi, I am Cassandra Angeli Almenchon, or you may call me Cass or Cassie. I am 18 years old, a senior high school student living in the Philippines, and I love makeup, fashion, and spending time with my family and friends. I'm gonna speak more Taglish in my vlogs because I feel like I've been trying to copy the aesthetic algorithm to the point that people doesn't really know me. So I want to act like myself and how I want to do my vlogs. Besides from being a little aesthetic, I just want to be me. So this channel is going to be a space where I share my life experiences and my growth as I navigate my adulthood. So if you'd like to join me in my journey, I'd love to have you guys here, or my viewers, or whoever's watching. Why not come with me as I grow? Anyways, that will be all for my video. Thank you guys for watching and see you guys on the next video. Bye!